Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Bobby. I hope you had a great weekend. All is wonderful here at the club at Horseshoe Bay. I have a special guest with me today, and he's the type of guy who, if he's speaking about golf, you would do well to stop and listen. He's the winner of 6 professional events, and then at age 55, he applied for and received his amateur status back, and after that joined the club at Horseshoe Bay. He's since then won our club championship 6 different times and the Summit Club Championship twice. He's shot his age starting at age 68 and now at 71, says it's getting easier all the time. With no further ado, I want to welcome Aaron Billings. Aaron, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Bobby.
You know, it's a pleasure to have you here, and I've got to tell you right off the bat, so many of the guys who you play golf with, they say, you know, Aaron is simply never out of it, that your game is on and you're competitive. What is your strength, would you say?
Well, Bobby, my short game is probably my strength. My wedges and my putting, especially my 60-degree sand wedge, I think is probably my strength, and that gets me closer to par, which I've always thought was a very good score. So,
well, it certainly is. You know, that would be the physical components of your game that sharp your short game. But Dell Wood, when I was talking to him, our head pro over at Summit Rock, I was asking about your game, and he said, you know, he plays ego-free golf. And what he went on to explain was he was saying that it doesn't matter to you if you get outdriven, that you're never out of the hole. And talk to me just a little bit about that competitive spirit that you carry around.
Well, you know, I've been in that position a long time. I played in a lot of tournaments where I was outdriven, but I also, my hybrids, I got fitted for them years ago when they first started becoming popular, and they really revived my game. And I'm straight with them, and I don't mind. I hit into the greens, you know, before those long knockers do. So I think the hybrids are one of the big aspects of really helping my game.
You know, people, it seem to me, suffer at every level with their own form of choking, not being able to do it when it counts. Some people play well on the range, but not on the course. Some people play well on the course, but not in a tournament. What would you say to somebody who just can't seem to get it done when it means the most?
Well, in my case, I just put myself out there and played in a lot of competitions. I played professionally for 6 years, and against the professionals, I was intimidated when I first started, but then I found out, you know, I could play with them, and I put myself out. I'd play in 25 or 30 tournaments a year for many years, and the club championships, of course, and I think just putting yourself in that position helps you a lot, and I think it helped my game quite a bit.
It sounds like it has. You know, we were talking the other day, and you were telling me that you felt like most people would be well served to make those short putts, even in casual play, that too often people will just kind of scrape it on by and not finish the hole. What were you telling me about that?
Well, I've always been a proponent of putting everything out. I like that. I think it's the spirit of the game. In our game, I devised a little metal game years ago, and we play it. We don't pick up anything, we put them out, and it's not a big bet, but that's a very important bet. And everybody in our groups, if we win part of that medal, it's a pretty good thing. So we try to just put everything out and play the hole out. So I think that helps a lot, just put yourself in that situation.
Well, it's a real pleasure. And is there any closing thoughts you have for us?
Yeah, I would encourage people that I did along the way. I had professionals and friends that gave me little technical advices that I use. I'm a kind of a field player, but professionals like yourself have an enormous amount of little tips and information that can really help the people. And you know, if you do the wrong thing for over and over, you're not going to get any better. And I would suggest people do that. I certainly did. So.
Well, I got to tell you, I appreciate you being here, and I want to thank all of you too. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.